Good morning, Flagler County. I'm Rich Carroll. You're listening to Flagler's Morning News on Wednesday, March 2nd, and this local news is a service of Flagler County's Toyota dealer. Beaver Toyota, here to wow you.
Councilman Barbosa has resigned his seat.
This after the Palm Coast City Councilman was allegedly caught shoplifting at a local Walmart. Police records obtained by WNZF show Barbosa twice failed to scan an $18 item of clothing. Walmart declined to charge Barbosa with theft since the item was under $25 and instead barred him from the property with a trespass warrant. In a text message, Barbosa tells WNZF he's refusing to comment because he fears for his life. No further explanation was given. After announcing Barbosa's resignation, Mayor David Alfin sought to reassure members of the public.
Your city council will continue to work together full-heartedly to ensure you receive the leadership you've come to expect and deserve. Nothing can be more important to all who sit before you on the dais.
City Clerk Virginia Smith says the city's charter dictates a hasty timeline to replace Barbosa.
The City Council has to make an appointment within 30 days. Applications will then be due March 16th by noon in order to be placed in an agenda for a special meeting on March 22nd.
The person council selects will finish out the remainder of Barbosa's term, which expires in November. An attempt to bribe a Flagler County Sheriff's deputy didn't work.
A career criminal from Flagler Beach is in the Sheriff Perry Hall inmate detention facility after the Flagler County Sheriff's Office Special Investigations Unit and the Florida Department of Law Enforcement Tri-County Narcotics Task Force served an arrest warrant on charges in connection with drug trafficking and trying to bribe an FCSO deputy sheriff. Sheriff Rick Staley has more details on 34-year-old Sean Fitzpatrick.
Career criminal recently released from prison tried to get a Flagler County deputy sheriff to steal drugs from evidence and give it to him so they could sell it and split the proceeds. This was a childhood friend that he tried to take advantage of after his most recently released from prison. Proudly, our deputy sheriff stood fast to his oath, even though he was tested by someone he went to high school with. He immediately contacted Sheriff's Office Special Investigations Unit, which then started working the case.
Patrick is behind bars on an $800,000 bond.
And he is now facing 30-plus years in prison. It's time for him to go away for decades, and I can't believe anybody thinks that they could corrupt a deputy sheriff. That will get you in the green roof in every time. Enjoy your stay.
For Flagler's Morning News, I'm Karen Johnson.
The Florida House recently passed a bill that prohibits instruction about sexual orientation and gender identity in grades K through 3. In higher grade levels, the bill prohibits teaching about those concepts in a way that's not age appropriate. Critics call it the Don't Say Gay bill. Republican State Rep Paul Renner objected to what he called mischaracterizations like that.
The reference to Don't Say Gay is nowhere in the bill. In fact, you can tell everybody in your school that you're gay, and it has no problem at all. And so that is a gross mischaracterization of what the bill does.
Renner explains what he believes the bill is actually about.
What the one bill says is if you're going to make major decisions about the health and well-being of my child and make a plan to do that, if the school's going to make a plan to do that, that the parents have to be notified. And I think most people, Democrat, Republican, and Independent, support that notion.
House Bill 1557 passed in a vote 69-47, with 6 Republicans joining Democrats in their opposition. The measure now heads to the state Senate, where if it passes, it will also give parents the power to sue school districts for potential violations. From the WNZF Newsroom, I'm Amy Cherry.
A Flagler Beach volunteer event that was supposed to happen in January has been rescheduled.
Commissioner Ken Bryant says help is needed to install new benches at Veterans Park.
I got together with the folks from Home Depot, who's actually helping to sponsor the project. We agreed on a date of March the 12th at 8 o'clock. We're inviting everyone that wants to help in Veterans Park to come out. We'll have some refreshments and water for the workers and the volunteers all day.
Bryant says all of the park's 35 benches are needing refurbishment due to weathering. The city is also selling bench sponsorships for $250, where the sponsor can name a veteran to be honored.
What that helps to pay for is a bronze plaque that goes in the bench itself, and it will be dedicated to that individual veteran.
For Flagler's Morning News, I'm Rich Petchke.
What's the latest on COVID in Flagler County?
Firstly, the health department says it'll stop providing COVID tests at the airport. Since local pharmacies have what Health Director Dr. Stephen Bickle says are accurate tests that you can purchase, the health department will not be doing them. Secondly, they will continue to offer COVID vaccines at their office on Mondays. Dr. Bickle said in a recent episode of Flagler Health Matters here on WNZF that if COVID had not mutated from its original iteration and there was a large percentage of people vaccinated against it, all might have been well.
The hospitalizations are predominantly unvaccinated people. So in Florida, we had a wave in the summer, but just because we had a lot of people still unvaccinated.
Bickle said it was 2020 when people were also loosening their mask-wearing habits and they began to socialize more. Listen to Flagler Health Matters on Saturday mornings at 11:30 here on WNZF, anytime on the Flagler radio app. Tomorrow, Dr. Bickle talks about the Delta variant. From the WNZF newsroom, I'm Deb Albertson.
And now you're up to date on Flagler's Morning News. I'm Rich Carroll.